Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Nikki and thank you for coming back. Today I'm actually going to be filming a first impressions of a product that I found super intriguing.
Hello. It is future editing Nika. I realized that I really did not explain well why I thought this product was so intriguing and why I wanted to do like a whole video about it. Basically, it's because I feel like it's very rare that we don't have to set something that is wet or creamy. So most concealers are not powdery. I know that there are some powder concealers, but most concealers that people use on a daily basis is either a cream or a water. So that means that it's wet. When you have something wet on your face, you want to set it with something dry. So that dry thing is powder because that's how it's going to stay on longer. That's how your product is not going to move around or look oily, anything like that. And this concealer is saying it can do both. Basically, it's going to do what a concealer does and it's going to do what the powder does of setting it. It's kind of like a 2-in-1, you can say. So that's why I found it super intriguing, because I feel like there has not been any concealers that has popped out to me as doing the same concept as this concealer is doing. So that's why I found it really cool. Anyways, I'll let you guys get back to like regular programming and see you later, bye.
So what it is a concealer from Makeup Forever. So this is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Light Capturing Self-Setting Concealer. And I'm guessing they also mean that it's long wearing, because if it's self-setting, usually when you set your makeup, it's to make it last longer and for it to crease less. So I'm gonna do kind of like a vlog style video today. So I'm gonna bring you guys around. I'm gonna be checking in every couple of hours. So I'm just gonna start by doing the same base routine that I usually do, because I don't want that to affect the wear test of this, and I want to use products that I know that I like and I use all the time. I don't want it to kind of like mess up or change the outcome, possibly because of if ever I'm using another product that I'm not used to use. For my primer, as usual, I'm going to be using my Smashbox Photo Finish Hydrating Primer and the NYX Honey Dew Me Up Primer. Really sorry if I sound sick, it's because I'm sick. I'm going to take my Rimmel Finish 25-Hour Breathable Foundation. This time I got another shade because the other shade that I got was a bit too light, which is why I was mixing it always with my Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum Foundation. Now I got this shade 200 Soft Beige, so I'm just going to use this today and mix in a little bit of this one as well, but not as much as I used to. For the concealer, I got the shade 12. And it's really light, so I'm not going to be putting a lot of it on. So I'm just going to apply my very light concealer under my eyes. Oh, already this doe foot applicator, it's really flat and it's pretty bendable, so that is super fun. So let's just put this sucker on my face. Now that I finished applying it, it blended out super well. It didn't like stay where I placed it and then I had trouble blending it out, because that's kind of what I was scared of. Now, the things that I'm going to be looking for throughout my day while I am doing all the things that I need to do is if it creases, if it budges, if it gets patchy, if it like just anything like that, anything unusual that usually wouldn't happen if I did set my concealer. That's what I'm going to be looking for today. I am going to be setting the rest of my face with powder because that's what I usually do. I'm going to do the rest of my face on camera and I will be right back. So I'm back with the rest of my face done. I put bronzer, blush, highlight, and some brow mascara. I just got a quick idea. I think what I'm going to do, since it is self-setting, I'm wondering if I'm going to be able to blend out eyeshadow once the concealer sets completely as an eyeshadow base, because usually I use my concealer as eyeshadow bases and then I set it with powder, but I want to see if this concealer works without having to put powder on top of it. So I'm going to put a little bit of that just a little bit on my eyes, and I'm gonna blend that out with my Real Technique sponge as usual. So I'm gonna give it a chance to kind of like set. I want to see if my eyeshadow would be able to blend very well on top of this. And the concealer has already set a little bit in my lines, but a lot less than usual. This is the finished makeup look. Super simple, nothing crazy. Now that we have the look complete, I will be checking in from now on, like I said earlier, and letting you guys know how the concealer wears, what it looks like throughout the day, if it oxidizes, because that tends to happen sometimes, anything like that. I will be back in a couple of hours. I just realized that I did my last checkup the other way, so my screen, I don't think I'll be putting that one, so I'm just gonna sum up what I said in the last one. So basically what I said was that concealer like this, I feel like is good for anyone that is on the go, so someone that doesn't want to spend too much time doing their makeup in the morning, doesn't want to have to do a million steps in order for their face to look like they want it to in the morning either. It does stay really well. I didn't get a lot of creasing as I usually would, so basically this is doing really well for what it says it's like what it claims to be doing. So without powder it looks great, it's not sticky, it hasn't gotten patchy or oxidized either, the color looks great. But for $35 I feel like I wouldn't buy it because there are so many other concealers. You can also just use a setting spray to set it or anything like that, but I feel like a drugstore concealer and powder is less expensive than this concealer on its own. But if you are a person that wants to splurge on a really good concealer that is going to stay on your face all day and it's not going to crease, you know it's going to look good throughout the day, that's a good idea. I wanted to look more of the quantities of like how much is in this concealer compared to my ColourPop concealer. So this one, the Makeup Forever one, is 0.16 fluid ounces, and my ColourPop one is 0.17 ounces. It's not that far off. Like, this is $5. If you buy like 2 of these, you're gonna get way more than this, and it's already gonna have saved you like over half of the price. So honestly, I feel like for the price, that's the only thing that is throwing me off, is the price of this, because I feel like it's just too expensive for already what I have and other things I could suggest to you guys. And I will check back in after I work out, so I will be sweating probably in this makeup.
Hello. I'm in a different setting, different lighting. Bear with me while you can, please. Basically, this is my final last checkup. I know I only did 1 checkup throughout the day because I was supposed to have 2. One of them kind of fucked up, didn't work so well, so I ended up just smushing 2 into 1. It is currently 11 p.m., so I have had this concealer on my face for around 13 hours now, and it's held up actually really well. It did get drier, it's not really sticky anymore, it's mattifying like I said earlier, and it's really, I'm kind of impressed. Like, it didn't crease all that much under my eyes, and on my forehead is really like my problem area, and as you guys can see, I have like no wrinkles whatsoever. By the way, I am holding my phone with my hand, so I'm really sorry if it's a little wobbly. I'm kind of trying to get a good background that is not my workout setup. So yeah. So I did end up working out with my makeup. Lots of cardio, lots of sweating, and the fact that it's still on and it looks great is very impressive. My other concealers do that though, so I feel like $35 for a concealer that I don't exactly need, or it doesn't cater to me as a client, is a bit expensive. But if you are that type of person that just wants something super easy to go, like doesn't want to have too many steps to do in their makeup routine, I feel like this would be perfect, because there is the Tarte Shape Tape as well, but I feel like this one, like, it's different. Like, it sets more, it's really like almost creaseless. It mattifies, so it looks like you set it, and it looks good throughout the whole day. Now, I did kind of fade away, but like, who the fuck is really gonna wear the concealer for 13 hours other than me? Yeah. Anyways, if you guys did like this video and found it pretty helpful, please give it a thumbs up. If you guys want to see a video on the concealers that I love that are pretty inexpensive or a little bit more expensive, let me know down in the comments below, and I will be happy to make that for you guys. Please don't forget to subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!